Hello people, and welcome to my latest career video. Now we are dropping down to the bantamweight division, where I'm adding former world bantamweight champion Jimmy Walsh onto my bantamweight playlist. So let us go through Jimmy Walsh's main opponents. So Jimmy Walsh, has a 4-fight series with the brother of the great Abertel, Monty Attell, and Walsh scores 1 win with 2 losses and 1 draw. He then also fights their brother, the great featherweight king Abertel, 5 occasions, suffering 4 losses and 1 draw. Jimmy Walsh also fights fighting Jimmy Reagan, suffering a defeat. Next up on the list is another great featherweight, the man who replaced Abertel as the next great featherweight champion, Johnny Kilbane. Jimmy Walsh fought a trilogy against him, suffering 1 loss and 2 draws. And Jimmy Walsh 9 times fought contender Al Delmont, scoring 2 wins with 1 loss and 6 draws. Next up is very capable UK fighter Digger Stanley. Jimmy Walsh fought him on 4 occasions, scoring 1 win, 1 loss and 2 draws. And Jimmy Walsh also twice fought Danny Doherty, scoring 1 win and 1 draw. He also scored singular wins over contenders Tommy Phelps and Phil Logan, before then having a 4-fight series with Tommy O'Toole, scoring 1 win, 1 loss and 2 draws. Next up is Young Pearce. Jimmy Walsh fought Young Pearce on 2 occasions, suffering 2 defeats. He then did fight a trilogy against Young Brit, winning all 3 fights. Next up is Patsy Brannigan, and Jimmy Walsh fought him on 2 occasions, scoring 1 win and 1 draw. He then twice fought contender Philadelphia Pal Moore, scoring 1 win and 1 loss from 2 fights. The final name on slide 1 is contender Sam Keller, whom Jimmy Walsh defeated in a singular fight. So there is slide 1 for Jimmy Walsh. When we go on to slide 2, we see he fought Johnny Ertel, suffering a defeat. He also had 1 fight against Young McAuliffe, fighting to a draw. Yeah, big shout out to Random and Clash Royale Pro 698 in the chat. Good to see you guys. Next up is Jim Kenrick, who Jimmy Walsh fought on 2 occasions, scoring 2 wins. So Jimmy Walsh, a mixed bag, very, very good little fast and furious fighter he was. He did mix in good company. A lot of those defeats on there coming to fighters like Johnny Kilbane, Abertel, etc. Even some other fighters he fought, really, really tough fighters like Danny Doherty, Monty Attell could be a handful, etc., etc. So mixed in good company. So from there, our 48 fights highlighted there. Jimmy Walsh scored 16 wins with 15 losses and 17 draws. So going on to Jimmy Walsh in terms of knockouts and rounds boxed, Jimmy Walsh scored 14 knockouts in his career, 6 in 3 rounds or less and 2 in the first round. Now Walsh scored 0 KOs against champions, 0 KOs against Hall of Famers and 0 KOs against pound for pounders. Jimmy Walsh also, as a pre-Vayne era fighter, scored no KOs over rated opponents, and he scored a total of 911 career rounds. Jimmy Walsh fought 90 title fight rounds, and he fought totals of 141 rounds against champions, 92 rounds against Hall of Famers, and 129 rounds against pound for pound fighters. Now Jimmy Walsh fought no rounds, of course, with no ratings, against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters or ring champions. So going on to the record against champions, Jimmy Walsh had 13, scoring 1 win with 8 losses and 4 draws, a severe losing record there. The one champion he defeated was Monty Attell. He did not stop him though in that singular win he scored, so he has knocked out 0 champions individually. And when we go on to the Hall of Fame slide, we see Jimmy Walsh had 8 fights against Hall of Famers. He scored 0 wins with 5 losses and 3 draws. So Jimmy Walsh defeated no individual Hall of Fame fighters and also scored knockouts over no Hall of Fame fighters individually. And going on to the final slide, pound for pounders, Jimmy Walsh had 12 fights in total, including 1 win, 7 loss and 4 draw. He defeated the same pound for pounder who was the champion. He defeated Monty Attell, and as we know on the slide, against champions he did not stop him, so he has knocked out no individual pound for pound rated fighters. So going on to record against rated opponents, this is a quick slide because there were no ratings around. I've mentioned here or there, I've often chomped at bit and said, I'm going to go away and hunt those ratings down. It would be a huge job. I just don't have the time to do it at the minute. But that is a job that I may do at some point. Go back into the vast archives and finally start hunting those ratings down. And slowly, as I find them and list them based on what month it was in what year, slowly start building up a tapestry until I got to the point where I've got at least some ratings each year, on which I could base rated opponents more accurately. But Jimmy Walsh has no fights against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters or ring champions, thus he defeated no rated fighters individually and scored knockouts over 0 rated fighters. And when we go on to title fight record, Jimmy Walsh did have 8 world title fights. He scored 2 wins with 5 losses and 1 draw. Jimmy Walsh made 1 title defence and scored 1 title fight KO. He did not score any title fight wins, of course, against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters or ring champions. He did score 2 wins against champions in title fights. No wins against Hall of Famers and no wins against Pound for Pounders. I think I've typed 2 instead of 1. I'll check that after and amend it in the chat. So going on to titles won, Jimmy Walsh captured the world bantamweight title. He was lineal bantamweight champion and also undisputed bantamweight champion of the world. So Jimmy Walsh, a bantamweight, more bantamweights come. There's bantamweights like the excellent Digger Stanley and many others. I of course haven't got that many flyweights done up to now. I need to get more flyweights added. I have a lot of videos ready, like I said. Until my top 1,000 starts later this year, there's going to be a lot of career videos coming over the coming few days. I'm going to get working on a rough template on a year-by-year resume matchup, not factoring titles or anything, pure resume matchup. I'm going to work on that and see if I can come out with a format that works. I'm also looking at the tier list type of video that I said I would look at. So these things may take some time because I'm very busy as well doing all these other videos, but I will be working on those 2 things, see if I can get them off the ground and running. So there's my latest career video. Big shout out to guys in chat. There's Jimmy Walsh joining my bantamweight playlist. More videos coming over coming days, weeks and months. I'm the Boxing Librarian. I'm out for now.